come to my attention that the world sucks. And the world sucks everywhere, no matter where you go. The world sucks in America. America sucks. China sucks. Great Britain sucks. There's no country or place on this globe that you could travel to and not find issues. And that's, you know, I'm not being cynical here. That's probably an obvious statement to most viewers, but my point really is that I'm noticing an incline in the general just terribleness of everything. And the incline seems to be increasing steadily and speedily. And I've just been kind of pondering, what is the root of all evil? What is the cause of everything that's going on here?
Also, what investment advice do you have for young people of my generation?
Yeah, well, I've got a grandson fairly close to your age, and he probably would go for a younger woman anyway, so that I will mention him to you. Mention you to him. No, if you're interested in financial matters, you've got to have something to work with. I mean, I was fortunate in that respect because my dad paid for my education. If he hadn't, I probably wouldn't have become educated if I had to pay for myself. But so I was able to save $10,000 by the time I was 21, and you know, that was a huge head start. I hadn't been able to do that, and you know, my first child came. Hell, I don't know about that.
You see, America is a country where nobody loves you whatsoever.
So yeah, basically I got hung up on the fact that I want to be able to do whatever I want, and because I'm a human being, and all human beings should be able to do whatever they want as long as it doesn't, you know, hurt one another. But I can't, because I have to go to school and I have to get a job because society. And started to realize society doesn't need to exist, nor does money. What even is money? Ever since it stopped being based on like the gold standard, I stopped even understanding or caring about it. And that was before I was born, I'm pretty sure. I'm too lazy to even look it up. Why do I have to pay taxes? I don't even understand taxes. I don't understand many things.
I don't understand how the U.S. economy works, much less some sort of self-sustaining one. I don't understand how finances work.
75% of our problems are completely made up in the sense that they're not real issues. Like, real issues to me is like life and death, like something that's really in the way of like your happiness. But like some of the things that we worry about and stress about and that make us like physically feel worse are things that shouldn't matter, and they only matter because people tell us that they should matter. We have so much pent-up anxiety and stress because our ancestors used to have to, you know, run from saber-toothed tigers and short-faced bears all the time, worry about if they were going to live. But unless you live in that one town where tigers literally hunt people, you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. Now we don't have to face dangers like that. So we're always looking around the corner expecting something to come and get us, and there never is. So now we have this slow burn where we're constantly on edge, but there's nothing actually out to get us except for these made up problems. And then eventually you just explode, or you're just constantly fucked up and depressed. And no matter what, it sucks. I mostly blame society, and I mostly blame money as being the reason. I think we should go back to when we would die out at like 36. Maybe that was our peak. Maybe it was. Trust me, I'm not like completely against civilization and the conveniences that come with that or anything. It's just all the greedy fat cats that control our world that kind of ruin things for me. The United States is the worst of it. Insulin in America versus Canada, it's insane. It costs $3,490 in America compared to $725 in Canada. You can't tell me it's harder to make in America. Ambulances actually got more expensive, 8% more expensive in America between 2017 and 2020. They got harder to drive around. The process became more difficult, and it went from $800 to $940 on average. So we can go fuck ourselves, basically. And so, with the inevitable and impending New World Order, it becomes increasingly obvious that the only solution is to live like our ancestors did. To worry about only survival, and to live off the land, without money and without society. But is it possible? I fucking hope so, because that's the entire point of this video. Fed up with the modern era, I decided to scour the internet to find out if there was any way I could live off the grid, shedding the made-up issues that society and greed present daily.
Yeah! Primals! You just heard Liver King's primal roar.
You realize that people are suffering and struggling, and that there's a simple, elegant solution, a return to ancestral living. That's really what my purpose is now.
Brian Johnson, or better known to the world as Liver King, is an influencer on TikTok and other social media platforms, and is best known for eating obscene amounts of raw meat. Because apparently in order to live to your fullest and to abandon society, one has to also abandon fire.
Primals need to know what Liver King's having for dinner today. We're gonna start with liver. We got 4 ounces with breakfast, lunch, and dinner because, say it with me, liver is king. We got a rack of ribs. We got some ground beast in here, which is liver, heart, pancreas, spleen, kidney, a little bit of muscle, some fermented dairy. We got a real salad, which are pork rinds.
According to Liver King himself, and the sad backstory that I never knew was a thing until now, his dad died when he was really little, and so he didn't have a father figure in his life. According to this article, his Joker backstory, that's my own words, but it seems like it, is the time in 6th grade when one classmate hooked a loogie in his hand and slapped Brian across the face with it. This was the turning point, apparently. This is when Brian realized, holy shit, I needed to start eating a bunch of liver and hearts and brains of lambs and other fucking helpless animals and see what happens. How could I forget? Another time Brian showed up to school feeling unusually good about himself thanks to a new pair of kicks, but then someone stole them from him during his gym class. And that's why he decided to start bulking up. One of his mom's boyfriends, which already red flag, encouraged him to start working out. I think really it was the fact that his mom had boyfriends, but we'll, gloss over that fact. Either way, things began to change for the better for young Brian, who, according to himself in this article, was once referred to as Mark Wahlberg by a classmate, and this compliment was so fulfilling to him that it apparently boosted his ego for enough to remember, even though he's 45 now, which is just fucking really stupid. Apparently after high school, Brian started working for a pharmaceutical company where he actually gained a lot of money. Props to him for actually having like a real career and making money and not like scamming to get that money. I didn't know any of that. Apparently around this time is when he also met the Liver Queen while snowboarding. So in a tale as old as time, the Liver Queen and Liver King had 2 boys, referred to as Savage Liver Boys by Liver King himself. I'm just saying, if my dad ever referred to me as Savage Liver Boy, I would think that he, just wished I didn't exist at all. Another interesting backstory to all, unless this is all bullshit. I'm telling you what these multiple articles are saying, but maybe they're all fake. Maybe Liver King was just spewing nonsense. I wouldn't put it past him. But according to Liver King, his 2 sons, while growing up, were very ill and in and out of hospitals, and this was mostly due to a nutrition sort of deficiency, or that was the way that they were going to try to fix it, apparently. So Liver King gets this cookbook, he reads it front and back like the fucking Bible, memorizes it, realizes, holy shit, I'm going to base my entire life around this now. Because that cookbook basically was like a raw meat cookbook. It was about that's the type of stuff you should eat, like a caveman that has not discovered fire yet. So, apparently after that, his popularity just started to explode when he started posting about his and his family's dietary lifestyle and the other things that they do, because they don't just eat raw meat. There are 9 ancestral tenets that the Liver King stands by. According to him, this is all we need to survive. You do not need, cash, a job, or even really a house. You just need to do these 9 things, and that's pretty much it.
It's prime time!
According to this video that Liver King made himself on his website that gives me weird cult vibes, and he's sitting in an iron throne, he basically says that sleep is important because without it we would die.
We can go months without food, weeks without water, but only days without sleep before we die.
Well, I think we all know how much I appreciate my sleep, so you're not going to see me arguing or disputing against anything he's saying here.
I promise, we're out here in the desert, but the king is hot and hungry, so it's time for a hunt.
I normally eat at least something on most days, so far these steps are not very hard to follow. Eat and sleep is 75% of my normal day, so let's see what step 3 is. I talk more about S.H.I.E.L.D., but I'm going to later because it's about how he's scared of Wi-Fi and other man-made poisons, so... Yeah, so for this one, basically, he says that it's important to sometimes basically just, like, lay on the ground, especially without, like, clothes on, because the direct contact has some sort of, like, electromagnetic effect on your body. It numbed my brain even reading it.
There's snow on the ground. Excuses, excuses, excuses. You're grounded into the earth because why would you ever let your environment dominate you? Liver King here. This is what you do. You just hold up your hands. You let the sun on you, through the eyes, on the face, on the skin. You put a smile on your face.
Liver King talks about the importance of the sun and getting enough sun, the vitamins that come with it. Well, true. I think that he might need a little less sun. He looks like Larry the Lobster.
Let in the abundance.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
The last step is kind of deep, actually. He talks about how our, even our ancestors long for a deeper purpose, and that our higher, goal is to connect with one another and have friendships. Which, I don't even have a joke to say about that, Liver King. Props to you for not being a total mongoloid.
Primal, Liver King here with the Ice Queen at the ice bar getting a ice massage.
Eating meat raw is not the extent of the Neanderthal nature of this guy. He also claims to not use electricity in his home, and when he uploads videos, he says that he uses a huge cable that extends from some electricity source and in his house. Liver King literally acts like a fucking barbarian that was placed into the 21st century, and someone was just like, have fun, and he's having a blast. I mean, look.
I never knew Liver King could wake surf. He's good.
I have Liver King's official website up, ancestralsupplements.com. This is how he makes his money. He sells supplements, I guess, from the pharmaceutical career that we previously mentioned. But yeah, he's jacked. That's partially because of his diet, partially because he's on supplements, partially because he's probably on other stuff. I've heard rumor that he has ab implants and other implants. Who knows? He is able to carry absurd amounts of weight, which would imply that he is on some kind of supplement or something. I've seen doctors, claim that Liver King, with the amount of the caloric intake that he has, it'd be impossible for him to be as cut as he is, because he eats a pound of liver a day, and that, among other things, raw yolk, protein shakes, elk brain, fucking pig heart, who knows. Say what you want about the Liver King. Call him a doofus. Call him a weirdo. Call him just a loony barbarian. Call him a fool. You could call him a lot of things. I'm trying to think of more, and I can't. The man's right. He talks a lot about how most of the problems that we face in today's world, like every human person, they're not real problems. I want to fucking live in the woods. I want to just do farmer carries through the water every single day. I want to sleep next to a fire. I want to have a liver queen. Sign me up. Fuck work. Fuck college. Fuck everything else. Taxes. Laws. What is this? I'm literally going to live in the woods right now. Michael Scott did it. There's some other people that have done it. GMM have talked about him. I mean, if Liver King can do it, why can't I? What does Liver King have that I don't have?